Well, hold on. So Chad has a shoebox, and him and my dad are running around his bedroom trying to catch a bird with a shoebox, and the bird's flying at me like a bat, and I'm freaking out. So
like a bird.
Or like a bird.
This is serious. I'm Chad Davis. I'm here with comedian Jared Chambliss and my awesome, lovely wife, Amber Davis, comedian, writer, producer, all the things, and also 2005 bar fight champion in Middle Tennessee. So
I'm not proud of that one.
Yeah.
I got second
That's how
place.
we met, actually. Bar fight.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to punch you. I didn't mean to hurt you. All right.
Broke more of my heart.
All right. So we are in episode 3, and we start off the episodes with Is It News?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is where we determine if it's newsworthy, and there better not be a whale story there. I'm just saying.
Amber has been heavy on the whale story.
Heavy.
So I searched out the well news, and I couldn't find anything.
Okay, they're all quiet on the well front.
All quiet on the well front. But I do have a...
They'll flash something up.
What'd you say?
The mail front. On the mail front.
I don't know what I said. But I traded in the well for a gator story. I got a good gator story. So who doesn't need that in their life, right?
Louisiana?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we'll find out. In ordinary times, the social media accounts devoted to Wally Gator document the nearly 6-foot-long emotional support alligator's adventures around Pennsylvania. Okay. He visits nursing homes. He's splashing around in the park fountain. He's meeting the mayor. He's letting people hug him and hold him. But in recent days, however, they've been overtaken with pleas for help because Wally is missing in Georgia, where his owner says that he was kidnapped and released into a swamp.
And it sounds like a song. I think he's going down to make a deal.
Yeah.
He went down to Pennsylvania to make a deal with the devil?
No. Well, it didn't work out in Pennsylvania, so we went down to Georgia to make the deal.
Yeah.
But, I think it's a pretty smart gator. I mean, you're going around elderly people. They can't move that fast. So, I mean... easy targets.
Apparently, his owner says Wally was stolen by some jerk who likes to drop alligators off into somebody's yards and terrorize them.
He says it like this guy has a history of stealing.
I don't know.
Domesticated alligators.
Yeah. So they're searching for this alligator. They're searching for Wally.
Yeah.
Where's Wally?
That's the alligator man.
Yeah. He's just wearing his little striped sweater and little hat.
Yeah.
Where's Wally? Okay.
Them cheering ain't lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they said the swamp is very large, and the trapper says the chances of them finding Wally is slim to none. So it's not a lot of chance.
They said they're not going to find a gator in the swamp.
Not Wally.
Not Wally. They don't even.
Wally.
Come on.
One gator's just as good as another.
Yeah.
Or one name is as good as another. Just get another gator.
400 people donated $10,000 to save Wally from the swamp.
Wow. Really?
How many people?
400 people.
Donated how much money?
$10,000 to save Wally.
This is why America owes China so much money.
So this is not Free Willy, it's Save
frivolously
Wally.
spending money on some guy to fight. Just get him another gator. You could have bought a gator and then...
Yeah. Okay, my question is, what do they do with the money?
It's emotional support money.
Yeah, emotional support money. They do angels in the cash.
Yeah,
for support.
Like cash angels.
So
he said Wally is really important to him because of the cuddling.
No, what?
Yeah.
All right, now that's took a weird turn. No, I don't want to hear about some dude cuddling with a gator.
Yeah,
spooning with a gator.
Yeah, that's weird.
Dude, this is news. Georgia. Find Wally.
Georgia.
Need to find Wally.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, if you're in Georgia, I mean, put up a missing alligator sign for.
Yeah.
It
Free
says
gator
in
hugs.
Pennsylvania that reptiles are permitted as pets, but they cannot be released into the wild. So somebody committed a crime here.
I think the crime here is
you calling this news.
Yeah, exactly.
Story.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Story is the crime. So, yeah. So, what do you think?
No.
Should we free Wally?
I'm glad he left.
Wally's free.
Did you ever have a emotional support animal? I don't know.
Like a dead cat?
Well, you know what? That's a great segue, because my next story is the Scottish government wants everyone to know it does not plan to ban cats.
Okay, wait. First of all, are you getting your news from Animal Planet? I mean, it's like every story's an animal.
I know these crazy stories.
Okay, I was even unaware that they were thinking about banning them.
Apparently in Scotland, they've been concerned about cats because cats kill at least 700 million birds and other animals in the UK every year.
Right. Well,
if you think your job is bad, imagine counting dead birds.
Yeah.
Or catching cats to kill them.
Wow. Yeah, that's
cat catcher.
Yeah.
Cat catcher.
I'm not a big fan of cats. I mean, I'm a dog lover.
Yeah, we have dogs.
I think the only good cat is a drowned one.
Wow.
Can you say that?
I don't think so. You said it.
That's how I feel. It's my truth.
It's your truth.
Wow.
Cat containment measures could also include restrictions on introducing cats to households in vulnerable areas. What's a vulnerable
Yeah, I was going to say,
area?
what's a vulnerable?
I guess with a lot of birds.
Yeah. Flightless birds, like a lot of penguins.
Chickens.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't have chickens.
Chickens make sense. I don't know why I said penguins, but
penguins in Scotland.
We can't
it's
home.
cold.
We can't home
Scottish
everybody in the
penguins.
U.S. We have a big homeless problem, but the UK is going.
well, maybe we stick the cats on.
We got maybe we get team up with UK and have a little.
We trade our homeless for their birds.
I don't know. I mean,
For the birds
what's more important, 700 million birds
or the cats
or cats? I don't know.
Yeah. Cats are nasty.
Yeah, man. I don't think
like
a cat is important for anything.
I mean, maybe they're they're doing something to control the pet population, like Bob Barker used to say.
What?
Bob Barker
On The Price
Didn't
is
he say
Right?
that?
Yeah,
control the pet population.
Spade neuter.
Right. So maybe the cats are actually controlling the bird population. They get rid of the cats, and there's bird poop everywhere. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see you could use a
follow
cat
you.
to kill a bunch of pigeons or something. Like those, the pigeons are.
Well, we could have used a cat the other day.
It's true. We
tell that
really
story?
we really could use the cat the other day. Okay, so on our front door we have a reef, and it's throughout the whole year seems like. But the thing is, when it gets cold, birds like to camp out, and make their little nest right
in it,
there.
sure.
Yeah, and so I open the front door and I take out my French press and I throw out the coffee grounds out into the flower bed or in the yard or whatever. And so I've always tried to remember to shake the handle so it kind of shoo away the birds. Well, the other day I didn't do that. I opened the door and I thought I heard something. I'm like, oh, okay, so no big deal. And shut the door, made my coffee, went upstairs, and we were watching TV in our bonus room. And in comes a bird into our bonus room, perches up on to a pitcher, and we're watching it. We're like, oh my gosh, there's a bird.
Yeah, we freak out.
How do you get a bird out of your house?
Well, good question. So
question.
we got up and we, and it freaked it out, and it flew even further upstairs to my father-in-law's room. And
Well, because he opened the door and
Well,
he's just like, hey, what's going on down there? We're
because
like,
he heard
shut
us,
the door.
he heard us screaming, so he opens the door. Hey, what's going on? And then we're like, shut the door. And he's like, there's a bird in my room. So we go in his room
So does he have a pet bird now?
for 24 hours. So we went up there, tried to get the bird out. We couldn't get the bird out. It hid in his room. We couldn't figure out where it was at. The next morning,
Well, hold on. So
Well-
Chad has a shoebox, and him and my dad are running around his bedroom trying to catch a bird with a shoebox, and the bird's flying at me like a bat, and I'm freaking out. So
Or like a bird?
or like a bird. Well, it looked like it was going to attack me. So I was like, it's a bird, because I don't want it getting in my hair.
Right.
So I hightail it out of there.
yeah.
And then
so
What kind of bird was it?
it's like a little sparrow finch. I don't know. It was
we didn't
brown.
ask
Y'all
it.
caught him?
Try to.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. So the next morning, eating breakfast, and Larry, my father-in-law, comes down, and he says, I opened the door, and the bird flew out. I was like, oh, huh. And he says, well, I was like, well, guess we'll try to get it out of the house. And the time I said that, I saw it hopping across our living room floor, and we corralled it, opened the front door, and it flew out.
Yeah.
So it checked out, in the
Didn't give
morning.
y'all rent or anything, huh?
Same thing happened to me on Halloween 2022.
Yeah. Anyways,
Not news.
We have
Not
a bird
news.
Not
issue.
news.
So we could have used that cat. The cats would have taken care of the bird.
Nah. I mean, I got the bird left. Still, I mean,
I'd rather have that bird problem than deal with a cat.
I would
Cat
rather
sheds.
have a bird in a wild bird in our home flying around for 24 hours. than
Okay,
have a
so
cat.
let us know in the comments, would you rather have birds flying around everywhere and in your house?
A bird in the home's worth two in the bush.
There you go. Or a cat. Or cats. What do you think? What do you think Scotland should do, people? Okay, here's another article. This is actually just a sign. And so I'll let you see the sign and you can read it and then we'll discuss it.
Perfect.
Okay.
So the sign says, time to release the Colonel Sanders files. Was that guy really a colonel?
That doesn't say.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders. So was Colonel Sanders
Is there
a
no
real
R in
colonel?
colonel? Where's that where's that R sound come from?
Good question. I don't know why it's a weird spelling.
That's a good question. Jared, we didn't know you couldn't read.
The R is silent and
I
it's
said
invisible.
Colin Sanders.
Colin Sanders.
I was like, where's the R? There's no R. You're like, no, you're an idiot.
We need
I'm
to
like, hold on,
release
Colonel, there's an R in there. I hear it.
release the files
files
for
on
Colin Sanders and Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, both of them.
Both we need to know. So yes,
so is
there
that-
is no R.
Yeah, the only files I want to see is the 13
Flavors.
spices or recipes things.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah.
I'll tell you a true
But
story.
do you believe that he was a colonel? Was he really a colonel?
Oh yeah, I would give him that. I would give him that accreditation based on the chicken he cooked. The original recipe is out of this world good.
He
I
probably-
like it.
What does a colonel have to do with cooking chicken? Like, I mean, like if you think about it, like really, is the
Yeah.
colonel the one that's cooking? In all of the old movies, you don't ever see like the captain cooking the beans for the troops.
No, it just makes it more to me. Builds more trust, more higher rank. If it was General Sanders, it
I
would
thought
be
it was
even better.
like a popcorn kernel. You know, like a kernel of popcorn.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's where like it was
why
food.
didn't he say General Sanders? I mean, because if you're going to go for a rank, you just stop at the full bird.
He always had that bow
Oh, that's
tie.
why. Because the colonel, it means full bird. The rank that's a term means full
Oh.
bird. That's why. It just dawned on me.
Look at
Oh,
that.
I
We are
didn't know
solving
that.
things here.
We're solving problems.
Wow.
Colonel doesn't have an R and
That
Bird does.
That's right.
bird does.
Larry has two of them.
Yes. Interesting. Okay, Colonel.
Hey, interesting little side note. They make a KFC Yule log, and you can buy it like around Thanksgiving or Christmas, and it is a piece of wood that is seasoned with the chicken.
Oh, that would be
flavor.
awful
And
for me.
You put it in your house, and it makes your house smell like a KFC.
Oh,
kitchen.
man.
It makes your house smell like KFC.
Well, like you just like it's the log is seasoned with everything that you season the chicken with.
I
They're-
love
they're
it
called
and
KFC
hate it.
Yule logs.
I hate it,
That's
love
horrible.
it because I would smell it and I would automatically get hungry.
That's their plan.
Right.
Yeah, you put it out on the fire outside.
That's their
or something,
plan.
and
They're trying to get you to go to KFC and
go
buy
pick
the
up-
chicken.
pick-
Right.
It's a master.
actually
It's a
pretty cool.
marketing
It's pretty
genius.
nice. It's
When I
like-
think
like
of
20
that,
bucks.
yeah. When I think of that, I think about going to my grandparents and having KFC for lunch, Sunday lunch after church, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I think about.
I think about the mashed potatoes and
And
the
gravy.
brown gravy.
Oh yeah,
right.
so good. And yeah,
One time, me
Yeah.
and my roommate, we went to KFC late. We lived in Hermitage, and we went to the KFC in Hermitage and drove in. It was late. It was like 7 o'clock. And we pull in, and they're like, "We're out of chicken. Do you want side items?"
KFC was out of chicken.
Yeah, and I was like, we were like, "Nah, man.
you can't be out of chicken.
No,
That's what
like,
you do.
Colonel would not be pleased.
No.
You should shut down.
Yes.
You don't ask people, do you want some side? You want a biscuit?
Wow.
We had a similar experience at Panera Bread.
Oh yeah.
They're out
And-
of bread.
Yeah, our bread.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's
It's in
your
the
name.
name.
Like, yeah,
That's what he
It's the
said.
second. It's the second thing.
Well, Panera means bread as well. It's like
Does it
bread
really?
bread.
Oh, and they didn't have either one.
Yeah, I think so. Check it out. But it's like bread. And you're out of it.
Just making up stuff.
Panera's a brand of bread. Watch,
Panera was the guy that invented Panera bread.
like Samsonite.
Right?
Kleenex.
Yeah.
All right.
Q-tips. All right.
All right. So, all right.
Okay,
so,
I got one more
no,
story.
the story. Story
Well,
time.
not a story. I got this.
Oh.
I got this to show you.
Another
This is
news. All right.
Another
Okay.
last news.
Colonel
Okay.
Sanders.
So they found what appears to be a face. They found what appears to be a face in Google Earth images for Antarctica. And I'll let you see this face here that they found. Like, so it's a Google Earth image, and this is Antarctica, and
Look at
it
that.
looks like a
Hey.
face.
That's Sammy
of a
Davis
person.
Jr.
Now, that's definitely,
I don't know. Doesn't look happy.
no, it reminds me of like when, the kids were in your belly and we had the ultrasound, the claymation, look like claymation.
Looks like a stop frame from
You talking about
Planet of the
sonogram?
Apes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how the claymation, like Zeke looks like a clay baby.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Looks like, I'm just going to be honest, it looks Asian.
It looks like alien.
Yeah, it looks like an Asian monkey.
I don't know what that is. But here's the thing is
Abu.
that, is it really real? I mean, like you can Photoshop stuff. And so anymore, like you don't even know if that's real.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's
knows?
weird. Like
That's
they see
weird.
all these faces and then they said that there was like a door that they found that they believe is an
This is ear?
alien portal or
Oh.
something.
Oh,
I don't know where this is.
that seems
It's
legit.
not well news.
Well, hey, I consider that news.
You consider
Yeah,
this news?
if you found an alien door, that
Yeah.
would definitely be news.
For sure.
Has
If it's
anybody
a-
gone in it or come out it?
It doesn't say.
So we're just looking at the door?
Apparently. This was shared in 2019, so it's been a couple of years.
Do
You'd
they have
think
like
would've
do they
figured
have
it
a
out.
ring cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a ring cam. Yes, awesome.
Yeah.
No, all right.
Yeah. But we couldn't see the footage because it'd be inside.
Yeah, but we could maybe talk to them at least. See
Right.
what, like, hey, what are y'all doing over there?
Ring the bell.
We see this
talk.
face we got out here.
Activate it.
Say, hey, what's going on?
You've got this Asian
No, I don't know. I mean,
gorilla that we see in the Google
what it
Earth.
is. I don't know.
Okay.
Interesting. That's news.
Story time.
Okay, story time. Oh,
Story
yeah.
time with
Oh.
Amber. Amber, your time to tell a story.
All right, so I have a quick story.
What you got?
So, quick story. So when I was in high school, so I did theater and all the things, and I wanted to, do movies and things. And a movie company came to Wichita because I lived in Kansas at the time. We lived on a farm in Kansas, and it came to Wichita, and I wanted to audition for this movie.
Silent films.
No, this was after the silent films. So we went up to Wichita, and I went in to audition for this movie. And it was a movie with Glenn Close and Christopher Walken. And it was a made-for-TV movie. It was like a Hallmark movie, but it was the very first one. And it was, I guess it was the second one in this series called Skylark.
Yeah.
So anyways, Sarah Plain and Tall was the first one, and then Skylark came after it. And I went in, auditioned for the movie. But what I didn't know is that while I was auditioning, so my parents had dropped me off and they were bored. And my dad was just like, well, I'll just go in and check out what's going on. So while I was auditioning, and it was just like auditioning where you say a couple lines, but it wasn't like some big part. It was going to be like a side part. It was going to be a side part. Bless you. And I went out audition, but what I didn't know is my dad had went inside also and talked to them. And so we get back out, we go home, and a couple weeks later, I get a phone call, and my mom's like, oh, it's the movie company. I was like, that's awesome, that's awesome. And so she's like, yeah. I said, well, what did they say? And they said, your dad got the part. So my dad got the part in the movie that I auditioned for. So then we had to go back up there, and my dad was in the movie with Glenn Close.
Wow.
Yeah, he was
That's
in a
great
Western.
story.
He was in a Western. Well, here's the rest of the
No
story.
nepotism here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad, being my dad, he's crazy. So I've got a lot of dad stories that I'll share, I'm sure, on this. But he was on the movie set, and he tipped his hat during one of the scenes because it was a Western scene. And Glenn Close is coming down on a wagon, and she's riding the wagon and everything. And she stops and tips her hat because my dad tipped his hat. And the director's like, cut, what are you doing? My dad's like ad-libbing with Glenn Close. And then Glenn Close is like, well, I thought I was supposed to tip my hat because he tipped his hat. And he was just like, well, I was just being polite. And she was like, I thought it was nice. And so the director was all mad at my dad, and he was like ruining the scene.
Quit overacting.
Yeah.
I've had challenges with your dad on set before.
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So
Hey, that's a
then
story.
fast
Love
forward.
you, Larry.
Right.
Another episode.
Fast forward to like a month later, my dad's like, hey, we're all going to watch the news. Because at the end of the news, they had interviewed me in the movie. They interviewed a bunch of people in the movie set, and I want to see if they get my interview. You know, has all this bad news, and then all this whale news, all the whale news. And then at the very end.
That's the majority of the news.
Right, it is.
All whale news.
And then at the very end, there's, they do like the little nice story, you know. Well, the nice story was that they were interviewing the people that were in the movie. And so we watched the news, and at the very end, shows all the movie clip, and we're like, oh, okay, Dad, you're not on it. And then it cuts to my dad being interviewed, and the guy says to my dad, so what did you like the most about being on set? And my dad said, well, the thing is that we were going to have a love scene between me and Glenn Close, but the director decided to cut it. And I'm mortified. I'm sitting on the couch going, my friends are watching this. What in the world? This is the movie I was supposed to be in.
Your dad's a genius.
Yeah, he's a G.
I was like, this is ridiculous. And he was like, yes, it was great. I love the movie. So,
what was your favorite part about being in the thing? Well, they asked me to be Glenn Close's butt double, but I had to turn it down.
My butt was too good.
Yeah.
Glenn wishes.
Yeah, nice. So my claim to fame of being in a movie was actually thwarted by my dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
so he was in the movie.
Good story.
Good story, yeah.
Yeah, good story. It was awesome.
Right. Yeah, so transitioning into show and tell. This is where we bring in an item, whatever it is. It could be a clip, could be an item out of Jared's awesome dope bag.
The magic leather bag today.
So it's like preschool, kindergarten. We bring an item, we show it, we tell about it. What you got for us today,
Well,
Jared?
I have been steadily giving you guys real things from my family, so I thought we'd just keep with that same formula. When I was a baby, I was real premature, and it's been passed down, but from my grandmother gave it to, but I mean, I'm sure her mother's mother made a very special blanket for preemie babies to be in, and just to wrap yourself in that blanket that a family member made, and just the love that goes into making that blanket and wrapping that baby in it.
So your grandmother made this blanket?
No. It was passed down to me from my grandmother. A family member made it,
Okay.
And it's such a wonderful blanket
goodness.
that they keep you in only when you're born,
In Nashville.
Yeah, well, I mean, just my family would have it, and it's handcrafted.
It's a baby, like when you're newborn going in there?
Yeah, you just,
No. I don't think so. Only in the South would you wrap a newborn in that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not from the South,
Yeah.
so I don't appreciate the sentiment.
Oh, again, this is just an heirloom,
Oh, right, right,
nothing,
sure, yeah.
Just to design my,
Nice.
ancestors. It's just a design. Don't.
Wow. Nice.
So, I'm glad we could.
So if you want to vote for that, for Jared.
I got to feel I'm a win this one.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Chad, come on now.
Nice.
All right. So I have another clip for you, Jared.
I'm famous for loving your clips, Chad.
Oh, man. Here we go. All right. Reaction time.
Let's see.
I am the most beautiful in the whole world. I want y'all to rate me, besties. Besties, rate me 1 through 10. How beautiful am I? 1 through 10. I love y'all, besties. Go ahead and rate me 1 through 10. Love y'all, besties.
Okay. First of all, we're in the negatives, and he said the hoe world. What's a hoe world?
That's a lady.
That's a woman.
Yeah. I think it's a woman.
I thought he said the hoe world. He's like,
I don't
in the
know
hoe
what
world.
that means.
Do it again.
Oh, okay. So
In the hoe world.
I don't know.
That
I
was
love y'all, besties. Go ahead and rate me 1 through 10. Love y'all, besties.
I don't know.
I am the most beautiful in the whole world. I want y'all to rate me, besties.
I don't know. Is that a man
Besties,
or a
rate me
woman?
1 through 10. How beautiful am I? 1 through 10.
I'm offended.
I love y'all,
at the-
besties. Go ahead and rate me 1 through 10. Love y'all, besties.
Can you be offended at pink face?
Most beautiful in the whole
I don't know.
I don't know.
Looking at.
That they want you. She or he is, and I don't want to offend whomever that is, but she or he is wanting you to rate
Right.
her or his beauty.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it sounded like. Now, I'm assuming 1 would be the worst.
What if on his scale or her scale, it was
1 would be the best.
Oh no, it would
And you
be.
wouldn't
I
know.
know 1. I mean 1 to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'd
people
play
say,
it
you know,
safe
if
and
you're
just
a
say
dime
5.
Yeah, that's not safe at all.
You don't think 5 is
no,
safe?
that's giving somebody a false sense of security is what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
You're asking for trouble, actually. I think.
No.
Yeah.
Out of 5?
Honestly, I don't think that Shem was being fair with only giving us 1 to 10, because I think there's a bunch of negative numbers that come after or before 1 that should
Okay.
be included.
I think there's a whole formula that needs to be worked out to figure out that.
I'm concerned about your algorithm, to be quite honest.
I want to know why did the makeup get the lipstick and then the outer lip, and then it just hit the one eye. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it.
You didn't see it. You'll have to watch it.
I gotta watch it.
She's got makeup just on one eye,
Right.
and then
Well, who's the guy from Kiss?
her lips, and then
Ace
a
Frehley.
second set of lips.
Ace
Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley had the star.
had the star.
I think so. It's Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
So he had a star on his face.
This looked like a Dalmatian with pink spots.
So it just, I mean, if it was more like
Pink eye.
pink eye,
She or him had pink eye.
maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe we should pray for their eye.
I pray for my eyes.
I'm gonna pray for Chad's videos, man.
But pray for this podcast.
Yeah, I've brought nothing but things from the heart in.
Yeah, today
Hey.
really proved that.
And why are you're making fun of the family heirloom?
I'm just
again?
saying. I'm
Wow.
just
It's a
saying.
beautiful
I'm saying,
blanket.
wow.
Interesting
Wow.
choices
beautiful
today.
blanket.
So I guess you can vote, and yeah,
I might have to
you
pixelate
can,
that
you
blanket.
can you can vote.
I'm gonna pixelate the blanket.
The South will
Yeah.
rise again.
You can vote.
South lost, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to hear the truth? I
So-
ordered.
I don't know if I want to hear the
Listen,
truth.
listen. I ordered that thing and it said 6 by 9, and I assumed it would be 6 feet by 9 feet.
I thought you got this from your great grandmother.
I know. I guess I'm letting you peek behind the curtain.
It's like
Now it
Spinal
comes
Tap.
out.
It's like you
Yeah.
didn't see the 2 marks for inches and feet.
I didn't see it, and I got it, and the package came, and I go, they must have really folded this thing down, like, because the package was.
So
Yeah.
vote for Jared's false grandmother's blanket or Chad's disturbing pink eye video.
It's a beautiful.
Which one you
blanket.
think is best?
It's gorgeous.
I guess you can let us know because this is serious.